y'all, it's me, your girl Shonda, and today is Tuesday, November the 7th of 2023, y'all. Today is election day. Make sure you get out and vote. Okay, if you don't do nothing, make sure you vote. If you already voted, good job. It feels so good to be able to have your voice being heard. So use your right, your God-given right, and go vote. I think that's my hair on my face. So y'all, I am up on this fine Tuesday. Look at it. It's so beautiful out here. I'm at Walmart, of course. Y'all see the blue. I'm sitting here waiting on my order. I have a curbside order that I have reserved, and I am waiting. And I said, while I'm waiting, let me say hey to my people. I haven't talked to y'all in so long, and I know y'all like, Shonda, you said you were going to do a video and a giveaway. I know. I really did, y'all. And I am still working on it because I want this to be a nice giveaway for me reaching 100 subscribers. Because I have another goal that I want to meet. I want to meet 500 subscribers by the end of this year. So the end of this year is next month. Okay, this is November. December is next month. So that means I have to really, really, really work hard and put all of my effort into making that goal come true. So yeah, but anyways, let me raise my window up a little bit because I don't really like people listening to my conversation. So y'all, I'm feeling fine on this Tuesday. It's so beautiful out the door. And I got a couple things to do today, and I think I'm gonna take y'all with me because I haven't did that in a while. And y'all, I have treatment again this Thursday. I go in for, I think it's number 14 of my immunotherapy infusion. So yes, I go this Thursday, and y'all, February is just around the corner. February the 1st is just around the corner, y'all. I cannot wait. I'm going to be the happiest girl in the world when February the 1st come, y'all. I'm just knocking these treatments out left and right and just really staying focused on the future. Like, I live in the now, but I really focus a lot on the future because I can already see me done with it. Like, that's just how I think. That's how I get through things. I always just, like, focus on the future. Yes, we live in the now. Okay, we have to live in the now. But me, I'm a future thinker. Comment down below if y'all know what I'm trying to say, or if there's anybody out there that feel the way that I feel. Like, in order to know that your goals are going to be completed, we think ahead. Like, we think in the future. So we kind of like walk like we're already in that future, right? Praise God, amen. So y'all, some lady just walked past, and she was, is this a good angle? Okay, so she walked past and she was praising God, and I caught it, y'all. I just got through praising God. I even shed a couple of tears. I was just sitting in my car, just thanking Him, praising Him, thanking God for healing, for strength, thanking Him for waking me up, giving me breath, giving me life, thanking Him for giving me wisdom and the knowledge to do the things that I'm doing, and, just thanking Him for everything, y'all. Like, seriously, that lady was so anointed with the Holy Spirit that I caught it. And I promise you, I was sitting in here. You can't see my eyes to tell that I was really sitting in here getting down, praising and crying. I'll take them off because my face is a little hot. So y'all know when you do curbside orders, they take forever, right? So I only do it because I like giving them business. Like, these people work. I think this might be mine.
What was the last name on the order?
Israel.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I got me order. Now I gotta put on my seatbelt, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all, I am back and I am moving. Got a couple of things to do today, so that's where I'm headed. And y'all, I'm cooking today. Do y'all want to see me cook? Should I vlog me cooking today? I think I will. Because I haven't like really fully vlogged me cooking. I do little snippets, but I'm gonna get my little stand, my tripod, and prop it up. I'm gonna do a cooking vlog with y'all. So this is just gonna be a simple day in the life of a breast cancer patient. You know, just trying to take it one day at a time and just live. Y'all know, just live. I've been having some strange dreams. The most recent dream that I had, y'all, was I dreamed that my teeth fell out. And it felt so real. Like, my gums were sore. I could literally feel my tooth coming out. And I definitely know what that means. I know what losing teeth in a dream means. And it's really, really, really positive. And I am excited for what the future holds for me, because I've been praying and trying to, you know, manifest some things that I want to accomplish, you know, in my life. So that was a definite confirmation dream for me, but it felt so real. So real. So y'all, I'm gonna just not talk so much, because I want to show y'all this delicious meal that I'm gonna prepare today. So I'll probably pop in from time to time to say hey and let y'all know what's going on. Oh, another update is I am okay. Like, I'm feeling fine. I have noticed, hold on y'all, so y'all can hear me. Let me just wait, because I got my sunroof open, so I'll raise my windows up a little bit more. Okay, so y'all, I have noticed that my fingers are so numb and tingly again. I noticed it, of course, when I was going through chemo, and now that I'm still in immunotherapy and I've had radiation, it seems like my fingers are becoming really numb and tingly again. My toes are fine. My toes are still dark, and my fingers are almost back to normal. They're still, like, the nails are still falling off. I have one on this thumb nail, the corner of it came off the other day, and it still hurts like HE double hockey sticks. So I'm still experiencing the nail and the nail breakage and the fingers being numb and tingly. I'm also experiencing some really sharp and uncomfortable pain in this area where my breast was removed, more so on the right side where my cancer was. In the area where my cancer was, it's been really, 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 really sore. So I've been using my pain cream and my pain oil. I have my husband rub me down with it, because I know, because I don't wear hold on y'all, okay, I don't wear a bra. I don't wear my bras anymore. I only wear my bras if I have an outfit that don't look right because of the way the shirt is made, and then I'll, you know, probably pop in my prosthetic boobs, or I'll just put on my binder. So, but I wore my fake boobs and the bra this past weekend, and it really agitated that area so much more. And okay, I'm pulling into my destination. I'm pulling into my destination. I'm trying to through so I can park. But yeah, I have been really, really, really sore, and I called the doctor so they could send me another script in for the cream for that area. Sorry I'm not looking at y'all, I'm driving. And they called me yesterday and confirmed that that they called it in for me, so I have to pick that up today. So that's what I'm doing. Well, I'm here now at one spot picking up one package of medicine. Then I have to go to another spot to get the other medicine. But yeah, y'all, I've been really sore in this area, underneath my arm, on that side, underneath my arm here. And this area is still swollen. Y'all see that? It's still swollen. So I have a follow-up appointment with my surgeon next month. And I'm going to let her know everything. I'm supposed to start exercise classes, but I thought about it. They waited so long to get to me because I've been done with chemo and surgery since June. And they're just now getting back to me. I was like, I've been waiting all this time. Now it's about to be winter and I don't drive in the snow. Like, I very rarely drive in the winter time. So I feel like I'm going to just decline this and see if they have anything available for like the springtime, because I'm not driving in the snow. I've been waiting all this time. Like, I didn't have 3 or 4 different doctors reach out to them with my referrals, and they're just now getting back to me. So, I mean, it's a free service, but it's not convenient for me right now. So I have to decline the offer. And what else is happening? Fingers. So y'all can see my nails are all the way back to a normal, healthy, colored nail. That's my right hand. This is my left hand. Well, this nail is still hanging on to a little bit of darkness, but y'all can see my nail. What is that? What is that on my finger? Some glue or something, I don't know. There's my healthy nails. And this is the nail that's bothering me. Y'all see that right here? That nail came off in the corner. It is so sore. It's swollen. So what else blah is going on? I've been having a lot of brain fog, a lot of memory issues, like remembering even like short-term stuff. My memory is just not good. Oh, I got something else to tell y'all when I get back in the car. So let me go ahead and run in here because it gets really busy this time of the day here at the hospital. I'm at the hospital, y'all, picking up my first round of medicine. So it gets really busy, and I need to get in here and get what I need so I can go across the street. I gotta go across the street to the cancer center and get the rest of my medicine. So I'll talk to y'all when I get back in the car, okay? Okay, y'all, I am done. I wanted to show y'all my outfit. Can y'all see my shirt? It says, "It is what it is," and my pants say the same thing. And I got my little comfy shoes on. It feels so good out the door, y'all. It feels so nice. So nice. So I am going to really soak this day up and enjoy this day, baby. Y'all, I got a candle. This is what I ordered from Walmart. Oh, this smells so good. Cranberry mandarin. It smells so good. $3.33. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean that it's a cheap candle. This candle can smell up a whole room. A large room. A whole house. I love these candles. They're 3-wick candles. Walmart mainstays. $3.33 for a 11.5 ounce candle. And it lasts me, if I burn the candle every day, it'll last me, if I burn it every day for a couple hours, it'll last a couple weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, a couple hours. If I burn it for like a whole day, then that's something separate. All right, sorry about that. I had a phone call, so let me go ahead and go across the street. to get my other round of medications. All right. And I'll come back to y'all after that. So I got my 2 bags of medicine, y'all. And I think that was all I had to pick up. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. So since I have on all pink, I know Breast Cancer Awareness Month was in October, but when you are a breast cancer warrior or survivor, you tend to just pick up that color of pink. Like, pink is like, has taken over my favorite color, which is red. I still love my red. As y'all can see, my car is red. But I've incorporated pink, so my colors are red and pink. And then I like black too. So those are some pretty colors. Pink, red, and black. I like it. I like it a lot. Last year I had my birthday party. Ouch. Y'all, I'll come back to the birthday party thing, but my port is so sore. So what happened was I was changing my grandbaby and I was kneeled down on the floor because I had him on the bed and I didn't feel like bending over because I've been hot lately. So I knelt down on the floor so I could be face eye level, you know, with him, or chest level with him, to be able to change his diaper right. This little booger kicked his nana right in the port, hard as he could. Bless his little heart. He didn't mean to do it, of course, y'all. He's a baby. But that little kick, y'all know how babies be just moving and kicking their little legs, and this baby is strong. And he kicked me right, boom, dead smack in my port. And it's been really, really, really sore since that. And that was last weekend. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. So it's been quite sore for a little while now. Bless his little heart. I said, you trying to take your nana out, boy. Oh, my little, he get all kind of nicknames for me now. I call him my little booter butt. He's my booter butt. He's my butter beans. He's my sexy mans. He's my my butter beans. Did I say butter beans? Booter butt, sexy man. Ugh, I just love him. He's so cute, y'all, and edible. He looks edible. He's so cute. Yeah, I'm getting ready to head on back so I can get started on my dinner, because I haven't eaten anything today and I don't want to eat out, and I didn't want no breakfast. So I'm about to show y'all how to cook, or how I cook, because everybody got their own way of cooking. But baby, let me tell you something. My grandma taught me how to cook at the tender age of 5 years old, and I've been cooking ever since. And I really, really love cooking, y'all. And I've been told by, I can't even begin to tell y'all how many people have told me that I should have a restaurant. Yeah, they told me that I should be opening up a restaurant. Y'all like how my skin look? I've been using my my hyaluronic serum oil that I have. I discontinued it, but I've been using it on my skin, and it's been really, really helping my skin. I can see where it's like lightening up my dark areas under my eyes, and it's kind of like taking some wrinkles, my frown wrinkles, away. If I be consistent, I'll show y'all the results of how it just removes all of that stuff. So, but anyway, back to the birthday party thing. So I was telling y'all about my colors. So my colors for my birthday party last year was red, black, white, and I think I had a little bit of gold in there, but that red, black, and white set it off. Had I known that I had breast cancer, pink would have been in there. I told y'all them my colors. So it would have been pink, red, and black. I would have took the white out, but didn't know I had breast cancer at the time. I was turning 22. I mean, not 22. What? I said 22. Girl, you better quit. I was turning 42. Why did I say 22, y'all? Oh, Lord. Them is some angel numbers. What was I doing at 22? Pregnant. Pregnant with my daughter. Oh, my goodness. Because I had my daughter June 17th of 2003. And I was 42 years old. So, yeah, I guess I was getting pregnant or already pregnant with my daughter when I was 22. That is so freaking funny. I don't know why I said 22. But I was my birthday last year, I was 42. Just turned 43 this year, so. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. The day is so beautiful. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm about to enjoy cooking. Because I'm pretty hungry. So, yeah. Let me get home and get this thing set up and get started, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me. Okay. Hey y'all. So I'm back home now. I'm getting ready to start cooking. And let me tell y'all what I'm cooking first before I show y'all all of my ingredients and everything. So what I'm cooking today, it's just what I had a taste for. It's supposed to be yesterday's dinner, but it's gonna be today's dinner on a Tuesday. Got the kitchen going up on a Tuesday. Hey! So, today's menu, fried chicken, yams, rum yams, greens with no meat, macaroni and cheese, and cornbread. Okay, so that's what I'm cooking. Let me show y'all. Okay. Y'all see? All right. Make sure y'all get angle. Okay. So, fried chicken. It's just me and my husband, so we don't eat a whole lot. So these are our wings. I'm gonna fry. And yes, I do mustard on my chicken. Yep. You need to get you some Plotchmans. The French's and the off-brand mustard won't work. Plotchmans for your chicken. And I got 2 bags of these greens. These are really easy to wash and cook, and they're so tender. So I got 2 bags of collard greens. I'm not doing no meat. Okay? The best cornbread in this world. Fleshman's honey cornbread. You know what? I don't even think this is honey. It tastes like it has honey in it. I think it does. But, y'all, this is the best cornbread. So, we having this cornbread and the Velveeta box macaroni. I add my own cheese. I add butter. And I'm going to be using oat milk today. And I'm going to bake this in the oven. And then I'm going to cook a can of the Bruce's candied yams, rum yams. So that's our dinner. I'm also going to slice us some tomatoes because we like to eat tomatoes. So we're going to have sliced tomatoes as well. Then I'm going to put some onion in my greens. And we're about to do the dang thing, y'all. This is my dinner. This is what I'm about to cook. Okay. So, y'all, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my greens in the sink because I don't want to wash chicken in there first and then put greens in there. That's called cross-contamination, so you want to be careful with doing stuff like that. I've never, ever done that before. I always do everything I need to do before I put any meat in my sink to clean it, okay? I hope y'all out there practicing the same technique because if you've ever had the BGs, then that is why. It's called cross-contamination. You got to be careful. So, I wash my hands, and then I'm going to get these greens washed, and I'll come back. All right, I'm going to show y'all real quick. I take my green. Make sure your sink is clean, too. I cleaned my sink out. Even though I just washed my hands in it, I always go through and clean it out real good, and I clean my strainer out before I put anything in my sink. Y'all, I am such a clean germaphobe. It's sometimes ridiculous, but hey, I just do what I would want somebody else to do for me if they were cooking for me. So, even though it's just me and my hubby, this is how I always cook. I do everything in these steps in this order. So all you do is you just cut the bag open and pour your greens in the sink. Okay, that's 2 bags of greens. Plenty for me and hubby. All right, I'm gonna set that there because sometimes I might need to put an old green or a thick stem or something in there. Can y'all see that? Let me grab my salt while that cold water, and use cold water. Cold water, baby. Cold water. Okay. You get you some salt. And be very, very, very generous. All right, y'all. Y'all know how to wash greens, right? This salt is going to wash the greens. No, I do not use dish liquid to wash my greens. Some people do. I don't eat it. So that's why I don't really eat a lot of people's cooking. Well, I don't eat nobody's cooking. I'm funny. Because I know how I cook and I know what I use. So that's all that it is. I can cook my own food. I don't have to eat nobody else's food. So you want to be very, very generous. Okay? And then you cut that water off. All right? Get salt all around. I'm going to show y'all. See how this is salted? And no, this is not going to make your greens salty. No. All right, so you do that. And then you go in and you wash them. The salt acts as a cleansing agent. It gets the dirt off the greens. Rubbing them together. Make sure you rub. Scrub. This is how you clean greens. If you didn't know, now you know. Go in and scrub. Pick up from the bottom, pick up from the sides, pick up from the middle, pick up from the top, and you go in and scrub your greens real good. Okay? All right, y'all know how that go. So let me finish scrubbing, and then after you scrub your greens with the salt, you go in and you rinse them a couple of times. Okay, I'll be back. All right, y'all, so I scrubbed my greens real good, and now I'm rinsing them off. This is the last rinse. I know I scrubbed them for every bit of 5 minutes total. So you want to go in and spray them down real good with the water. And that, when you scrub them like that, that kind of softens them up as well and helps to tenderize them. So make sure you put in your salt, plenty of salt, and scrubbing your greens real good. All right. So these greens are getting washed and rinsed off. All right, they're good now. So what I do is I'm going to take the greens and put them over in my bowl so they can be ready for my seasoned water. Okay, so I'll come back when I'm done. My greens are clean and ready for the water. I'll be back. This is the water for my greens. I put cold water in. I fill it up about a quarter of the way. And that's it. That's it. For this like regular size pot that you get in a cookware set. You want to do like a quarter of the way up. Like right here of the water. That's it. Alright, y'all. So I got my water on. Now it's time for the fun part. Seasoning. I got a couple new seasonings that I want to try out in my greens. I got this Grill Mates McCormick's cracked pepper and garlic seasoning. And then it's the same brand, but it's called smoked paprika and onion. So I'm going to put those two in my greens along with some more garlic and regular onion powder. Some Mrs. Dash. I think those two seasonings this is Mrs. Dash just open. That was a new one I just bought. Parsley. I think those two new seasonings are salt free. Cause y'all know I watch my my sodium intake, right? and seasonal. I don't use seasoning. I don't use Lawry's. I use seasonal. It's less sodium in here, and it tastes better. It's got a good flavor. So all of these are going into my greens. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I don't use hot peppers because I don't eat hot food. So that won't be going in my greens. And y'all, I got a secret ingredient for my rum yams. You can find this at Walmart and Dollar General for sure. Try it. You'll thank me later. I promise y'all, you're going to love that. So that's all the seasonings I'm going to put in my greens. So, oh, no, it ain't. My secret ingredient, bouillon. Now, I use vegetable bouillon or I use chicken bouillon. Today, I have chicken bouillon, so I'm going to be using 2 bouillon cubes for my greens. Sometimes I use green seasoning, y'all. That green seasoning is so good, so you can try that as well. If you want to, try it. If you don't try it. It's up to you. It ain't gonna hurt me, baby. It's not gonna hurt me. So let me show y'all real quick how I do this. Don't judge me. I got all my stuff by the stove. I'm working. So I'm opening the bouillon cubes. And y'all can see all my seasonings right here that I'm using. That's everything I just named and took out my cabinet. So I crumble it up. I like to crumble my cubes up. So crumble it up. So what the goal and the purpose is to give this water a little bit of fat, which is a little bit of fat in the bouillon cubes, and to give it, since I'm not using no meat, and to give it some flavor. We want to season this water as if we had meat that we had already boiled. Now, when I cook for Thanksgiving, I'm using smoked turkey tails in my greens. Either that or smoked turkey leg meat. And then since my hand's clean, I do put my hand in there to get that liquid off. So my hands are clean, y'all. Trust me. And you know how the saying goes. When food is good, I'm going to sprinkle some seasoning in there. Not a whole lot. Because you can always come back and put seasoning salt, but you can't take it back. So be careful. They know what they say. You know what they say about food when it's good? And you can be generous with this because it ain't got no salt. Then you know somebody put their foot in it. Literally. I put my hand in it, literally. I'm not putting my foot in nothing. Woo! That's funny. And this is just parsley. Don't need a whole lot of that. This is my onion powder. I'm going to be generous with that because I love onion powder. It gives food so much flavor. And I think most of these ingredients are in the green seasoning that I normally use. And I'm using my garlic powder. I'm be generous with that. That's how it's looking so far. Okay? That's just seasoned water, y'all. It's just me seasoning the water. Okay? Let me wipe my hand. Because I got to open this. I got to open these 2 new seasonings. Alright, we're not going to struggle with that. Y'all, I'm old school. I used to see my father. I'll take everything and open up stuff. So that's why I learned all this. I learned every single cooking skill from my grandma. Okay, so this is the smoked paprika and onion. Oh, God, it smells good. Oh, my goodness. Okay, season that water. Real good. Okay, and then this one is the cracked pepper and garlic. Okay, we're about to go in with this one. Y'all, I normally like to cook with music, but since I'm doing a video, I got my little Amazon speaker, which I forget what you call it. It's where Alexa is in charge. I can't say her name because she's gonna come on. So I just been playing music and then I stop it to show y'all what I'm doing. Because I normally like to have my boom, 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 boom speakers going. And then I'm going to put some onions in. But I can't keep running back and forth in the living room doing that if I'm, you know, in here trying to cook. So I'm sacrificing for y'all because I love music, y'all. I love cooking with music. So I just stand here and cut up my onion. I don't need to have a chopping board and doing all this and doing all it don't even, it's not that serious, y'all. It really ain't. It really ain't. I've been chopping and cutting for years. So I can do this with my eyes closed, for real. I really could. I really could. Okay, that pot, I hear that pot starting to roil or rumble. What they call it, rumble. Yeah, my thumb is so sore. But I'm going to get this onion chopped up in here so I can show y'all how to do that. Okay. And yes, I am going to use all of this onion. It's not a lot, and it's going to boil down. It was only really like a half of a medium-sized onion because I had used it the other day when I made us some homemade cheesesteaks. So it wasn't a whole lot of onion left. But I like flavor, so this is what we're going to use. This is what we're going to use. And please, by all means, if you are not skilled like me, when it comes to this cutting, don't act like it. Get the cutting board out, okay? Set that up. This is my seasoned water, y'all, as if I had some type of meat in it. There's no meat. Only thing that's the meat flavor is the chicken bouillon cube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this alone and let it boil, and then I'm gonna prepare the rest of my dinner, y'all. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, y'all. So this is my pot that I'm about to use to put water in so I can boil my macaroni noodles. Rinse it out. Rinse it out real good. And I'll put cold water. Now, I probably fill this up halfway to 3/4 of a way. Because I'm using that box. Probably halfway. That's a small little box. Yeah, halfway. That's it. Okay? Secret. Pour you some olive oil in the water so your noodles won't stick. Okay? That was a little bit too much. But you get the gist. And one more thing. Hold on. Salt. Salt the water. No, this is not going to make it salty, but it gives it a little bit of flavor. And that's it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to let that water boil. I got my greens water boiling. I'm going to go ahead and put my yams on, and then I'm going to make the cornbread so it can go in with the macaroni. And then I'm going to do my chicken last, okay? So I'm about to do my yams, and then I'll wash the top off, open it, drain some of the liquid, probably most of it, probably down to here, because I make my own sauce. And I'm going to cut them up just a little bit. I'll show y'all. Okay, so you want to wipe the top off real good. Because these cans be dirty, y'all. They be manufactured and, you know, shipped from different places. You don't know how the conditions are. Then you go ahead and cut it open. Okay. Stop. What in the world? Wait. What is wrong with this thing? My can opener is possessed, y'all. Did y'all just see that? Did y'all just see that? It's not me. It's been done that before. So then, yeah, I'm going to pour this juice off to right there. This thing is possessed. Okay, we're gonna unplug you and put you on back there. Now I got some more cans that's for my Thanksgiving dinner, y'all, because I'm making some more yams for Thanksgiving. So here's the yams. You don't have to rinse them off. You don't have to do all that. Get you a pot. I'm gonna rinse it off real quick. Rinse it out real good. And then you go ahead and pour your yams in the pot. Okay? That's how they look. They look like they're pretty decent size. I'm gonna just cut it just a little bit. Just a little. Not too much. I don't like it too like thick and chunky. So I just run the knife through it a little bit. Like that. Okay. Chop it up just a little bit. I don't like the big chunky pieces. That's it. And I'm gonna come back when I get my seasonings ready for my yams. Okay, y'all, it's time to season up these yams. I'm gonna show y'all what I put in my candied yams. I'm missing one ingredient. It's all good. It's still gonna turn out right. So, put it on medium to low, because I don't want these to cook real fast. So I put it on low, medium to low. So you get you a good amount of butter. Put you some butter in there. That's good. Put a little bit more. Okay. Butter. Cinnamon, ground cinnamon. I don't measure, I just eyeball. Not a lot. Not a whole lot of cinnamon. My secret ingredient. I don't eyeball it. I don't know, I guess about a tablespoon. I'm missing my brown sugar, so all I have is my white sugar. And this is kind of acting like brown sugar too, so that's why I went a little heavy on it. Nutmeg. Ground nutmeg. Not a lot. About a half teaspoon. And allspice. Same thing, about half teaspoon. I use the brown sugar bourbon seasoning from McCormick Grill Mates. I think you can get this at Walmart. Not a lot. Just a little sprinkle. Vanilla. I use the regular kind and imitation. It don't matter. It all gives it the same flavor. About a teaspoon of that. And then a dash of the rum. That's it. My husband don't like the rum, but I'm cooking and I like it. And that's it. Oh, that's not it. The last important ingredient. Sugar. So, I don't have brown sugar because I normally use white and brown sugar. So, I got to be a little heavy on the sugar. So far that's 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to do 6 tablespoons. 5, 6. 6 tablespoons of sugar. But if I have brown sugar, it'll be the same, equal. I always do equal parts with my sugars. Y'all, it smells so good in here. This green water, this seasoned water smells so good. Oh my goodness. So that's it for the yams. My rum candied yams. That's all I use, y'all. That's all I use. Okay, this is how it looks. That's the yams. All right. So I told my husband this morning, I said, I'm going to be cooking a dinner today for us. Because sometimes he eats lunch while he at work. And then if he do that, then he don't be hungry. But I'm like, I'm cooking dinner today. So that was my hint to let him know, hey, be easy on lunch. Because I want to eat dinner with you today. So yeah. But yep, that's all I use, y'all. And that's it. I'll come back when I'm getting ready to do the cornbread. Alright, y'all. So right now, since my water is boiling for my greens, it's time to put them in. They all should fit into this pot easily. So that's all you do is you just add them into the pot. And if you find that when you put them in that there it's not enough room, then you just wait a couple minutes and it'll shrink down. Then you'll be able to put the rest of the greens in. So mines are gonna fit in there easily. I'm not gonna have to wait because I only have 2 bags for me and my husband. So yeah, buddy. We got every drop of green, every step of the way. All right. Now I like to put the top on my greens, and that's what I'm gonna do. Y'all see that? And then my water is boiling now for my macaroni, my elbow macaroni noodles. I mean, the noodles for the Velveeta box. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there too. I'll be back. I wanted to say this real quick. Make sure you are washing as you go, cleaning your kitchen. My grandma taught me that you don't want to have a whole kitchen full of dirty dishes, and then you gotta clean up before you can eat. Make sure you clean and wash your dishes as you go. So that way you can sit down and eat when your food is ready. Okay? That's a great tip for me. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I switched aisles. I put the greens back there and the macaroni up here. I think y'all know how to make box macaroni, right? You take the cheese packet out. You take that out, and you just put the noodles in the pot. That's it. And then you wait for the noodles to boil, and that's when you add your seasonings. I use butter, salt, pepper, and add this cheese and some extra cheese. So I'll be back. Hey y'all, so I put my yams on, they're cooking low, and I put my greens on back here. They're boiling away, and I got them on like between 4 and 5, and then my water for my noodles, my macaroni is boiling away. So, and I bet y'all wonder, where is the chicken? The chicken is gonna be done last. So if you don't know, I have my chicken sitting out over to the side, so it can come up to room temperature. It's just not good to fry chicken when it's cold. Like if you're bringing it straight from the refrigerator, if it's been in there unthawing or whatever, or fresh, you want to leave it out and let it come down to room temperature. So that's what I'm doing. It makes it more tender, it makes it more juicy, and it's able to hold the seasonings on the chicken skin. So my meat is over there getting the room temperature while I'm doing everything else, because that's going to be done last. Also because my husband, I want him to be able to eat some hot chicken too, so I'm trying to stall a little bit and be able to do everything else before I start touching the chicken, washing it, seasoning it, and frying it. So I'm gonna get this macaroni done, and I'm gonna make the cornbread after, because I'm putting the cornbread and the macaroni in together. And what I do is I'm gonna use both of these cheese. What I have left over, the sharp cheese and the mild cheddar cheese. This is going in my macaroni along with the seasoning packet. Now, when I make my macaroni for Thanksgiving or a big holiday, I use the block Velveeta. Y'all know what that looks like. I use the block Velveeta cheese in my macaroni. And I'm going to try something new this year. I'm going to try to use the cream cheese in my macaroni, because I want it real creamy and real cheesy. And I'm going to use some heavy whipping cream as well. So I want some creamy, cheesy, crunchy on top macaroni. So that's what I'm going to do this Thanksgiving. But this is what I always use anyway, this. And I also add in some of this block cheese, Kobe. Kobe is good cheese. I'm making macaroni. So y'all, I'm gonna get this cheese all shredded up, and I'll be back. I hope y'all enjoying. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all how to shred cheese, because sometimes people don't know how to do it. But I want to show y'all how I greased my cast iron skillet for my cornbread, and this is all I'm using to shred cheese. So y'all, my kitchen is a little bit crowded because I have my stuff here for Thanksgiving dinner. So please excuse the mess. That don't stop nothing from being good, okay? Okay. So let me go ahead and show y'all how to shred cheese. If you don't know, now you know. Get you a cutting board. You get your thing. I got another one too that I use. It stands up and you shred it down. But I'm going to use this one right now. So this is fine. So you just go up and down and you shred your cheese. Applying a little bit of pressure so you can make sure you're getting all that cheese. Don't worry about that if you're doing it like that, because you don't want to cut your hand. Okay? Trust me, it ain't fun. I did it a couple times trying to be Hercules. So this is how that little bit of cheese is looking. That would be sharp. And it don't matter how much. You put the amount of cheese that you want, but I know that I want this macaroni to be cheesy, so I'm gonna use quite a bit. I do not like no dry, plain tasting macaroni and cheese. That's why it's called macaroni and cheese, right? Now I know some people make their macaroni different. They put the see, I'm doing what I told y'all not to do. They make like a sauce with milk and cheese and all that, or sometimes people use they do it with a roux. They use the flour and water, and then they make their cheese sauce like that. I've done it before. I just don't care for it. I don't have time. I don't want to spend that much time making no macaroni and cheese. Mine is just as good the way I make it. Trust me, I never ever have heard a problem or a complaint about my macaroni and cheese. So I like the way I do it, because I know that it's good either way. But if that's what you like to do, to each his own. Don't let nobody tell you that ain't right or it ain't gonna be good. As long as you know what you doing is gonna make it good. Okay? You gotta have faith and confidence in yourself. Okay? You have to. You just got to. So I used all that cheese. I knew I was, because I wanted to. Okay? So that's it. That's how you shred cheese. See? I really do like shredding cheese like this, because this cheese is fresher than the already shredded cheese. Did y'all know that the already shredded cheese has plastic over it so that it won't stick? They won't stick to each other in the bag. I'm not with that. I don't want to eat no plastic, so I might use that kind of cheese maybe once or twice in a year. I'm always getting block cheese and shredding my cheese up myself. So if you see me using that kind of cheese, that's because I was just being a little bit lazy, or maybe I just wasn't feeling good and I wasn't able to shred my cheese up the way I like to shred my cheese. So here we go. This is going in my macaroni along with the packet I showed y'all, my butter and milk. Okay, y'all. It's time to make the macaroni. So I got it already in my pan. Let me show y'all. The shells are already in there. So while it's hot, you get your butter. Butter, butter, butter. Oops. I'll try to get it. I have soft butter, but I didn't feel like pulling it out because it's in a butter dish. So you get, I don't know, y'all. I don't be measuring stuff, so I don't really know. I can just tell y'all, like, I eyeball it. Maybe that's like 2 tablespoons of butter, or maybe a quarter cup of butter if you're doing it by cups. Get you some pepper. I love plenty of pepper in my macaroni. Pepper it up. While it's still hot, don't pour the milk in yet. Pour the packed cheese, because this is the packed cheese macaroni. Remember, I made a box macaroni with the packed cheese. So you put that in there while it's still hot. Squeeze it all out, as much as you can get out. All right. And then you add the shredded cheese to this. All of it goes in there. Every bit of it. Every bit of that shredded cheese. Yeah, every bit. Every bit of that cheese. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all how it's looking. Okay. Here we go. So you wanna stir it up. Mix it up real well. I'm glad I put that amount of cheese, because it was needed. It wouldn't have been. And remember, this is just a box macaroni and cheese. This is not the homemade like I would normally do. This is just the box. Somebody hollering outside. I'm being nosy. Okay. So mix it up real good so that all the shells have cheese on them. Mix, mix, mix. Y'all see that? Mix it up real good. Stir it up. Macaroni in a pot. Stir it up. And y'all can see how wet it is, and you know, loose with the cheese, the packed cheese. So, and the butter, and probably some of the water that was still on the noodles. So I'm not gonna use that much milk, just a little bit. Don't need a whole lot of milk. I should have saved some cheese to add on top of it, but it's all good. This is plenty of cheese for a box macaroni. So just a little, that's it. I'm not putting no more milk. This is oat milk anyway, so it's pretty equivalent to water. It's just the milk from the oats. Regular oats. That's all I'm gonna put in there. I don't need to put no more. I think this is pretty good. What y'all think? This is pretty good for a box macaroni. I'm gonna bake it just so it can get a little color on it. I know some people like to use paprika. I don't need salt because that cheese packet was salty enough. And the block cheese has a lot of sodium, so I'm not putting no salt, just pepper only. And that's it. I'm about to put this in the oven and bake it. All right, y'all, so before I put my macaroni in the oven, I said I was going to put the cornbread in there too. So first, what you want to do is you get some butter and you melt it. Then you pour your cornbread mix in here. This is how you make box cornbread, okay? If you do homemade, then good for you, honey. Do your thing. But for me, I'm doing it this way. How much? I think it said, oh yeah, let me get 1 egg out. I use brown eggs. Brown eggs only for me. Whatever egg you want to use it, but I use brown. I digest it better. So kind of stir it up a little, and then add your milk. I never use the directions on the box. I just eyeball it and make my cornbread according to how I like it to feel and look. If you, I mean, by all means, if you like following directions, follow them. But as for me, no ma'am. So I guess this is gonna be like a mini kind of pre-Thanksgiving cooking vlog for y'all. Kind of showing y'all some of the steps of how I make my food when I'm cooking Thanksgiving. This is how, you know, some of the items that I will be cooking, and this is how I cook those items. Some of it is like a little short because it's just me and my husband eating this. But for Thanksgiving, I really like to do a lot of stuff homemade. So this is how I like for my cornbread to, let me put a little bit more. That's good. I don't like it, this cornbread, I don't like it to be too thin. You want to stir it up real good. And it's already sweet, like it's got some honey or something in it. I love this cornbread, it's so good. Okay, so that's stirred up good. I'm about to pour it into my cast iron skillet. Yeah, baby, yeah. I get every bit of it out. Every bit. I don't play with it. I paid for it and I want to eat it. So I scrub a dub. I do not play. I ain't leaving no half a thing of batter in my bowl. Nope. Sure ain't. Y'all see that? Pretty much you got it clean. Like, I really ain't got to wash it. Nah, y'all know I'm going to wash my bowl. Just jokes, but look, I don't play. I get everything out. And then you just go on and spread it a little. You see chunks of butter in there. Spread it on around in that greased cast iron skillet. All right. I like to like swirl it into a little peak, just like that. That's it. It's about to go in the oven. Hey y'all, so I checked on my greens. It's like every pot I make is so good. Like, I'm telling y'all, I have my seasonings down to the T. You hear me? Down to the T. They are so good. So good. Y'all want to see them? Okay. Oh my God, they are so good. It smells so good in this house, y'all. Can y'all smell it? Get your smell on. Also, my yams, my candied yams are complete. They are done. I've been stirring them and they just on simmer for now, just to stay warm. But they're done as well. And I forgot to add that they are delicious, perfectly seasoned. Oh my gosh. I did it again. Hey y'all, so y'all got to really see how I be throwing down in the kitchen. I don't play when it comes to cooking because I like to eat. So I want to make sure everything I eat is going to be cleaned properly and seasoned properly and done. Like, we ain't eat no half-done food. So here go my chicken, y'all. It's at room temperature, and I'm about to wash it off and season it. I'll show y'all how to do that because I use some good seasonings. I'm going to show y'all. You want to make sure you are scrub-a-dub-dubbing your sink. I use it says Ajax, but it's really Dawn dish liquid. That intense cleaning. I just put it in that bottle, but it's Dawn. So you want to make sure you clean your sink out real good, y'all. Hot water, hot water. Y'all see this thing? Hot water, hot water. There we go. Y'all can see that thing. Clean that sink out real good before you put any meat in there. And do the same thing when you are done with your meat. All right, time to rock and roll. I got my glove because I'm gonna use this while I'm seasoning my chicken. So pour your chicken in the sink. Like I said, it's just me and hubby, so I'm only frying 1, 2, 3, 5 wings, y'all. And they're pretty nice ass chicken wings, so we don't eat like that. We're getting older, so you got feathers, you want to take the feathers out. You don't want to cook chicken with feathers. Rinse it off real good. I'm gonna try to show y'all what I'm over here doing. Okay, you're gonna rinse this chicken off real good. It needs a bath. And when you wash your body, you want to wash your chicken's body. Squeeze out the excess water and use lukewarm water. You don't have to use all the way cold. That's going to get it right back stiff. So use lukewarm water to keep it nice and smooth and relaxed. Just like when they process the chicken, before they do anything, they make sure the chicken is relaxed. So you want to rinse it and clean it real good. Keep it relaxed. Give it a nice massage. Massage the chicken. Squeeze that water off. Y'all, I love cooking. I really do love cooking. I wish I could have had my own restaurant. If I had to work hard, I could have accomplished that goal. But it was like, I've been through so much, and I really just didn't have time, you know. If I had a did things in a different way, then it could have definitely been possible, but I just didn't put forth the effort. You know, I'm not going to blame nothing and nobody. It's just, I didn't do what I needed to do to make it happen, that's all. That is all. Okay, that piece had quite a few feathers on it. So, you want to make sure you're getting all the feathers off the chicken. Last piece. And they big, but they meaty. They're not fatty. I can feel it. I got these chicken wings from my Kroger store. Y'all, it was $10 a pack for 12 wings. $10 for 12 wings. You can't get past that. Like, you're not gonna find that nowhere cheaper. That's the cheapest I've ever seen wings. Whole wings, $10. So go in, get that sink clean again. First of all, you get your hands clean because you don't want to be cross-contaminating stuff. I'm always washing my hands. That's another reason why, and then you put some hot water. That's another reason why my nails keep falling off, because I am constantly cleaning my hands. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want nobody else to get sick. So I just believe in being clean, y'all. That's how I was raised. My mom and my grandma were very, very clean women. Just my family, my aunts were, you know, but I'm just speaking of the women who I was around daily. My mom and my grandma knows how to keep house, honey. You hear me? They clean. And my mom had us cleaning at a young age too, so I didn't like it. I was lazy and I had a bad mouth. I got in trouble a lot for talking under my breath and giggling too much. So my mom would get me for talking under my breath all the time when she tell me to do something. And my grandma would get me if she would tell. She was just funny, y'all, because my grandma, she cursed like a sailor. Oh my goodness. And it was some stuff she would say, it just made me laugh. So she would be serious and I would be laughing and I would get in trouble. She called me Goofy Giggle Box. So I would get in trouble for laughing with my grandma and talking under my breath with my mom. I grew out of it, I think. I think I grew out of it. I had to ask my mom that I grew out of talking under my breath. I can't ask my grandma because she's no longer here. So, yeah. Here go the chicken. All right. It's time to season. Okay, y'all. Here comes the fun part. Got my glove on. So first, we're going to put a little dab of mustard on our chicken. Lord. I wonder who did that. Probably one of my children. All right. That's all the mustard we need. See? And that little glob that shot out. That's it. So you want to massage your chicken with the mustard. Make sure you get it on all pieces of chicken before you start seasoning. It has to have the coating of the mustard on it first. No, it's not going to taste like mustard at all. And I'm frying this chicken naked. So it's not going to taste like mustard. It never does. I've been cooking chicken like this for a while. Okay, so there we go. There's the mustard. And then with the dry hand, you get your seasonings. So all I'm using today is my seasonal. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. So seasonal, Miss Dash. The smoked paprika and onion. I like these new seasonings that I got. So I'm going in with these, y'all. And the other one, the cracked pepper and garlic. So that takes place of me having to put all those, because I normally would put onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. So, and a little bit of paprika. So there we go. You want to get your chicken all seasoned. Mix it, mix it, mix it. So that you have your seasonings on all the pieces. And once you do that, okay, it's nicely seasoned. Get that around the bowl. See, nicely seasoned. Let it sit for a second, okay? I'm gonna take my glove off, wash my hands, and I'll be back. Macaroni looks good, and the cornbread is looking good. It's almost done. Both of them are almost done. So what I'm about to do next is, ta-da! Pour some oil in my cast iron pot. It's from frying my chicken in. It tastes so much better in the cast iron than it do in anything else. I promise you, try it. I normally use peanut oil, but peanut oil is too expensive. So we're going back to the old-fashioned vegetable oil. So I just put oil in here. I'm going to have to open up the other one too, because it's not going to be enough. Halfway. You put enough oil to up to halfway. Get the other one out. Y'all, these was on sale at Walmart for, how much was it? $6 maybe? $5 or $6. So I'm putting my oil in my skillet. My pot, not the skillet. Now, if I was frying a couple wings, then I would use my cast iron skillet, but I got these wings, so there we go. That's half. Half is half is half is half. I'm gonna show y'all. So, see how big the pot is? And it's about half. It may be a little over half, but it's all good. It's just enough. Another one of my secrets is butter. Yep. You drop you some butter in there. I hope it picked up because it paused. I don't know what's going on. So let that get hot. And then we'll go from there. So I guess while I'm waiting on everything, I'm going to show y'all how I do my tomatoes. So Just rinsing them off. Setting them on the cutting board. I'm gonna do 3 tomatoes, because that's what I had left of the Roma tomatoes. I got some other ones, but we're gonna eat these tonight for dinner. Rinse them off. Okay. That's going in the trash. Wipe up that water. And then this is all I do is cut that first one off. I don't use that. Slice them about mid-size. Not too thin, not too thick. Yes, I'll cut that little one. That'd be my little snack. That's what I'm gonna eat for me. And then I just line them on the plate. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see it. Oops, hold on. Okay. Same thing, cutting off the top. I don't use it. Midway, I mean, like not too thick, not too thin. Cut that little part off. I don't want that. That's my snack. And then just putting the tomatoes on the plate. Last one. Cut the top part off. Slicing them. I'm gonna make a little more of it because we really love tomatoes, y'all. Me and my husband love tomatoes. That's my snack. Put them on the plate. Okay. That's what I do. And then, after I do that, hold on, y'all. My pot is getting hot for me to fry my chicken. I'm gonna use this cracked pepper and garlic seasoning and just sprinkle over the top of them. That's it. I'm not gonna flip it. It don't need to be flipped. That's it. That's how I make our tomatoes, y'all. Back to me. Okay. Y'all see the tomatoes? Fresh cut tomatoes that we're gonna eat with our greens and our dinner tonight. All right, y'all, the cornbread is done. I'm just putting some butter on my cornbread. I like to spread butter on my cornbread. It's butter under there. It just don't want to come off. Spread it all around the cornbread. Okay. All right. That's buttered. The macaroni looks scrumptious for it to be a box macaroni and cheese. It looks good. I'm pleased. Here's the macaroni with the flash. I felt like the regular camera just wasn't doing it justice. And it's a little crunch. It looks good, y'all. Box macaroni. Added some oat milk and some shredded mild and sharp cheese, along with the cheese packet, the Velveeta cheese packet. Okay, y'all, so I got my chicken, my naked chicken in the oil. See, naked chicken, no flour, no breading, seasoned mustard, naked chicken cooked in vegetable oil and a little pad of butter. So I'm gonna let that cook and fry on up and get done. And my dinner will be ready, y'all. This type of chicken is looking. It's frying up really nicely. Getting golden brown. Just a few wings, only 5, but they look so good. Hey y'all, my chicken wings are done. I'm getting ready to take them out, and then I'm gonna let them drain here on a towel, foil, and some paper towels, napkins on top of it. So, see, they are so pretty. They are so brown. They're done. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna come back to y'all when I charge up my phone. Hey y'all, my dinner is done. I got my chicken, my greens, my tomatoes with the garlic, the pepper and the garlic. I got my rum candied yams, my Velveeta box macaroni and cheese, and my cornbread. Yeah, y'all, that's my dinner. Y'all know how we do when it's time to go. Y'all know how we do when it's time to go. Hey, when it's time to go. Y'all know how we do when it's time to go. Hey, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Deuces. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. I enjoyed myself cooking. I hope you learned some things. Share y'all recipes and tag me in and let me know what y'all cook too and how y'all do it. I love y'all. See y'all next video. Mwah.
Yeah. This is for the girls on the grind. This is for the girls that'll work full time. This is for the self-made girls, yeah, the self-paid girls. But I never let them change your mind. Girls who fly, girls who thrive, living out dreams money just can't buy. If you question your why, you feeling defeat, you gon' look in the mirror, repeat after me. I am humongous.